on drinks and booze and, drugs.
I'm getting so emotional.
In 2015, I finally made it to Eurovision after trying out at least 10 times. Goodbye to Yesterday ended up in the place 7th, and the guy who won that year was called Mats Zelmerlöw. Mons Zelmerlöw. I have to say we had an amazing time rehearsing and doing all the interviews in Eurovision with my co-singer Elina Born, you probably know her. And I thought after the Eurovision I'm gonna have a huge dopamine crush. But luckily it wasn't so, because we were performing the whole summer in Estonia and abroad. And at the same time I was already discussing a possible publishing deal with the PMG Publishing, which is one of the biggest publishing companies in the world. What?
Were you in Vienna for 3 weeks?
Yeah.
I only got 2 in Tel Aviv.
I don't know why. Yeah, because we had they had so much things planned to us. We visited some Michelin restaurants, we went for a boat cruise, we had the parties and everything, so it was... I had the schnitzel.
What do you think about it?
It's probably the best schnitzel I've ever had. Mm.
So as an 18-year-old, I got the chance to record an album in Capitol Records in Los Angeles. Prior to that, I wrote songs in Nashville and New York, and I met some crazy musicians and some crazy songwriters, and was to a lot of parties, and just as an 18-year-old, taking in a lot of information and trying to understand what I was doing. At that age, I got a car, a Mustang GT. I saw Prince in LA Forum, even a private show from him. So the whole thing was like that year or 2 years when we were going back and forth to America, flew by very fast, and it also ended very fast, unfortunately, because money flew away somehow, and the whole project got crashed. In 2015, I went to the Swedish Melodifestivalen. I actually sang a song in Swedish. Did you know that, Stig? Det rår vi inte för. Kind of like that. Men det rår vi inte för. It was kind of that. And fun fact, actually, Mons Zelmerlöw was one of the songwriters of that song. The dopamine crash, I guess I had some of that, and being a bit beaten down after the USNA trip, so I kind of took a step back, writing some songs during my free time, but never released any stuff or something like that.
Also that summer I went to Stockholm and finalized the publishing deal with the BMG. What I didn't know was that after I signed the deal with the BMG, those good people I was there for left the company for some kind of internal issues that I didn't get a hint of that they had. But it's kind of okay, because I got a pretty big advance as you get on these deals, but you have to basically earn the money back. So I got a big advance, and luckily I did the down payment for my apartment, because otherwise I would have blown the money away just on drinks and booze and, drugs. No drugs. Candy. I don't know.
As Stig's journey, I got signed after being in Eurovision as well to BMG.
BMG Publishing. I didn't know that much about writing process or life itself, because I thought when I'm gonna sign the BMG deal, I just have to sit back and relax and wait for the phone call from Max Martin or whoever.
Pretty crazy that we have the same thing. I didn't meet Max Martin either, but I got some advance, as Stig talked about. You get some advance and you can focus on writing music. The advance for me went for the down payment for my apartment too.
So I finally picked up the phone and I called them and said, what's going on? I want to come to Stockholm, I want to write some sessions. And they said, of course, come over here and we're going to book you some sessions. So I went to the studio, I got there first, and then in came this dude named Victor, who I think was sick. I think he had a flu or something, or maybe a hangover, I don't know. And together we wrote the song. For some particular reason, we called it Pink Thumb.
I remember that day too, the old BMG studio at Big Gatan. It was probably the flu, but it could have been a massive hangover as well from the days working at NK. Weird story. We're gonna play it for you though.
I know I might be crazy in the aisle screaming, don't hate me. You know you should marry me, baby.
After the Pink Thumb session, Victor flew back and forth to Tallinn, visiting me and Valo in the studio. We were writing songs like through 1 year. And then Eesti Laul, the selection of Eurovision in Estonia, had a new rule coming in. The new rule which allows foreign singers come and perform in Eesti Laul. So when this rule was made, I immediately thought, I have this guy in Sweden who sings really, really, really good, and we're gonna bring him in. And so we called to Victor, said in Eesti Laul there's gonna be this thing. Would you be open to do it?
Yeah, it was a fun session, and then all of a sudden Stig came. As I heard here, he had a big hidden master plan for this. I didn't know as of now.
What did you say?
I said yes straight away. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I think somewhere in the back of my head, I thought like this is never going to happen, because I remember being in Melody Festival and I was pretty beat down. But I'm so happy that I just said yes.
I still remember when they announced the winner. The foreign jury had put us in a place 7 or 8 or something like this, and it didn't come up to top 3 at all. But Victor had already gotten under the skin of Estonians, because the public all gathered up like, what do you mean you're gonna put this dude in the place 7? We're gonna call for this dude. So everybody gathered up, made their phone calls, and we were like already like, oh damn, this year we're not gonna win. So it's okay, you know, it's okay. But then the televoting numbers came in and they said, okay, and the winner is Victor Krone, and we were like,
Yeah, such a crazy moment, like from thinking in my head, we all felt like this is not gonna happen, and then, okay, you're in this super final, and then, yeah, winning the whole thing was, yeah, dear memories, and something like a win I can't describe to anything else.
After the Eurovision, we again had an amazing summer. We went to a small tour in Estonia. We played in small and big places all over the country.
Yeah, we started writing, or continue writing, after Eurovision. I remember being in Estonia and Tallinn a lot in your studio and writing a lot of songs. Some of the songs really flew, made a few millions, made me some bucks in my pocket.
So the years passed, and I was talking to Victor all the time, and there was this one question that went through all the time. Every spring they asked, is there some kind of a cottage in Sweden that we could rent for a month or 2 or maybe 3, and we could come over with the family and hang and be at the studio? Because something was telling me all the time that I want to go there. Until one day we decided we're going to move to Stockholm with the family.
Yeah, I felt the interest. I remember Stig and Karina asking me a lot about Sweden for many times, and at first I must admit that I thought it was some nice idea that you guys had, and like, okay, maybe it's something you talk about but never really push yourself through. But I do remember sending some classic red houses to you, Stig, at Messenger, and like, oh, here's a place, here's a place. Looking back now, I understood that that wasn't the vibe you were going through. Let's put in the house here, how Stig and Karina lives now, middle of Stockholm. Although I remember the day or the evening when I really felt, oh shit, this is really gonna happen.
So here we are. The first year went by so fast. The kids went to school, I started writing with Victor, we went to the studios, had sessions, but I would say because of the change in my life had been so big, I think I had an imposter syndrome or something, because but luckily that went well, because I got some medicine to help me with that, which is weird that medicine can do that, and I've been always open about it, if you have these things, you can medicate yourself, and it helped. And for these past 6 months I've been feeling so good, because life had opened up for me and I'm not overthinking anymore. Cowboy! Cowboy! We wrote Last Man Standing in spring or early summer or something, from kind of like a old English, Irish beer drinking song or something, with some kind of a electronic beat. Vocals that we recorded are still on this track. We didn't really record that much because I still believe something magical happened. because you know songwriters are usually antennas, and when they get the signal from this sky or whatever, wherever these signals come from. So I think this had to be like one of the best recording sessions because everything fell together.
I remember we were really laid back, like we didn't talk about, oh, we need to do this today. It was just something, like Stig described, it was just something that came. I remember the mid-8, just never gonna put, we just sang out in the room and we just recorded whatever came. And yeah, that was it. And we have kept all the lyrics and all the takes as it is. We have refined the production as well, which is awesome. A lot of ups and downs. Now the journey of Stockholm Cowboys begin. Be sure to settle up and join us for this journey. Bye.